Okay, recording is in progress. So today we are talking about 3 ways to get you a signature, 2 of which are free, 1 of which is cheap. So we are going to start out today in Command. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Alrighty, so you should be able to see my screen there. I am going to start out. Our first way today is in Command. So we will need access to that. You're just going to go ahead, open up Command. And then if you go all the way to the bottom on the left, the last applet is a consumer applet. Or I'm sorry, we don't want to go to that one. The Paintbrush Designs. Third to last, I guess. The Designs applet. And then if you have made designs before, they're all going to be right here. If you haven't, this blank doesn't matter either way. I'm going to go up here to create design. And you can click any of these. It doesn't matter which one you end up clicking on. They all take you to the same place. So I'm not sure why they give you that prompt. And then just click continue. It's taking a minute to load here. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you're going to see a lot of different categories. And they kind of just sort everything by topic, why you might need it. So we're going to drop down the business basics, or business basic, I guess, and then click on email signatures. And I guess the positive here is you have 2 to choose from, but the negative is you only have 2 to choose from. If you don't like either of these, you'll want to hop on one of option 2 or option 3. But these are easy to edit. They're free to you. And pretty easy to implement. So I just clicked on one of them. You can click on whichever one you prefer if you are going this route. And now this editor is just going to run, if you're not familiar with it, it will run very similarly to really most editors that you find, even like word processing programs. So if you double click on a Word box, it's going to give you that little blinky cursor so that you can put in your actual first and last name as opposed to first last. And you'll notice my box wasn't big enough for my name, so it put me down there. Just like anything else, if you click out of it and move this, I can make that a little bit longer so that it does fit my name. If you have already gone through the process of updating your Market Center profile within Command, you should have a couple of different images and logos and things that are preloaded from when you did that. For me, I have made a separate folder that says headshots. You might not have that separate folder. We do have a video on our YouTube channel about how to get into all this, how to set up these kind of favorites, if you will. But the cool thing here that you can do is if I click this lady's face, and let's say I want to replace it with this one's similar in size. I'm hovering over this right now. And if I click this little replace button, it's just going to stick me right in there. You click up here. If it's not quite centered, you can click that reposition button and adjust it. Like if I did this, for instance, and I might want to drag myself down so you can see it a little bit better. And then again, you will just edit these like you normally would by just double clicking and editing. I'm not going to go into all that because you don't need to see me sit here and just type in all of my information. You can figure out how to do that. But let's say that this all looks good. One other thing I'm going to want to change is this doing business as logo. So as I click that, it automatically populates here. Again, we have another video. I don't know what it's titled on our YouTube page. It'd be probably something about designs or setting up your designs or your preferences in designs. There's another one on your Market Center profile that you could look into as well. But if I click that, hover over one of these, click on the replace, and now it says KW Grand Rapids. It's a little small, maybe I want that to be a little bigger. Just adjust it. I like it to be kind of lined up. Cool, so I think that looks good. I mean, it doesn't, obviously it doesn't have the right phone number and email and all that stuff on there. I am going to download this. I can change the name, actually. I think I will do that. And I'm just going to call it test signature. I'm going to click download. You can drop down here. You can do JPEG or PNG. You're not going to want to save it as a PDF or a video. The difference between JPEG and PNG is JPEG is going to be a little bit smaller, which means it's easier to load, like in an email. But the image quality is a little bit lower, and then PNG is just the opposite of that. It takes a little more time to load. It's a bigger file, so it's higher quality. For the purpose of an email, I think JPEG is just fine. So I'm going to put that. Image quality, again, same sort of thing here. Higher it is, the longer it will take to load. Lower it is, it won't look as good, but it will load faster. I don't have any concerns with an image of this size loading in my email. So I'm just going to put it up to high. There's only one page, so we don't have to worry about that. And we'll click download. So you'll get this little thing up here that says preparing 20%, 60%, downloading. So I've got that right here. I use a PC, so I've got it right here. If you're using an Apple, it might appear somewhere else. So now I've got this image file. We'll go over, let's do this first. So we'll go over the 3 different ways that you could actually make one, and then we'll go over in part 2 how to actually put that into your email, depending on which image you've created. So do you have questions about the command way of doing that?
When you downloaded it, where did you download it to? Onto your computer?
Okay, I believe the question there was, when I download it, where do I download it to? It will depend on what settings you have on your computer. So for me, this just, I have it so that it automatically goes to my downloads folder. If you're using a PC, you'll be able to see that by going over here, show all.
Okay, but it went to your computer, correct?
It did go to my computer. Yep.
Okay, right. That's all I need to know. I can find it.
Okay, awesome. Why can't you? Go to is it command.pw? Okay, and we are going to go ahead, just in the interest of time, and move on to Scott Leroy Marketing. So, what is it? I always forget. I always just Google it. Okay, Scott Leroy Marketing. So scottleroymarketing.com. And I know a lot of Keller Williams offices use this. Like I said, I don't know if all of them, I'm sure not all of them do. We do. So they help us out with a lot of things, give us templates and that sort of stuff. If you scroll down, am I already logged in? No, I'm not. I'm going to need to log in. They just ask for your market center number. That's all that is required. So ours is 191. So I will just log in. Sure, we can save that. And now if I go to Agent Resources, I'm not clicking any of these, I'm just hovering. Agent Resources, and I go down to Templates, and then I go to Digital Marketing Templates. I'm going to click on that. Now here you can kind of just mess around. If you don't want to go back to my video, or you're sure you want to use this and you just want to listen to this walkthrough, this is about a 20-minute video if you click on this. And it will just walk you through the process of finding it. It's going to be down here. Basically exactly what I'm going to do right now. So it's going to show you where to find it, how to edit it, and then at the end, how to add it to your email signature. So that's a helpful video to revisit if you forget what exactly you're doing here. So we're going to go down to templates, email signatures. Okay, so you'll see that this opens up Google Drive. They have separate folders for you here. So modern email signatures, normal email signatures, widescreen email signatures, and vertical email signatures. So you can open up these files and just kind of see what is it exactly that you like. And you'll see they have number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If we click on one of these are actually in Google Slides. So the way that they have this set up is, let's see here. Please watch the video at the top of our templates page for step-by-step instructions on using these templates. I kind of like this vertical one. But anyway, what you'll need to do, oh, I'm sorry, it opened up a new tab and I'm not casting that. There we go. So it looks like this. And then what you'll be able to do, so it has me going through these different slides here as I scroll. Because these are single image blocks, individual elements cannot be linked. And then here, if you click on this link that they have here, the scottleroymarketing.com/email signature, they will go ahead and make you one as well. If you'd like, I'm not sure what kind of a cost is associated with it. It might be like $20 or so. But you can go in and actually edit this and make it yourself. You just probably won't be able to link it with actual clickable links within the signature. But they, as I said, they can do that for you. Casting. We're going to go back to here. When I'm casting on Zoom and casting in person, it creates some issues sometimes. So in Zoom land right now, can you see my drive, my Google Drive? I assume that's a yes, since I'm not getting any complaints right now. And I don't know if it's full screen, so you can just kind of peek on this with me if you want. Okay, so what we will need to do, go up here to, oops, make a copy, because they're not going to let you edit this because it's in their Google Drive, their folder. So go to make a copy. And you can select the entire presentation, but really you don't need any of this stuff. You would only need this slide. So you go File, make a copy, selected slides. And you name this whatever you want. For example, email, SIG, and then just save it to whatever folder you want, however you want to organize it within your drive. I'm just going to save it there for now, just my main one, and I will delete it a little bit. Okay, so now here is my copy of that. And same sort of thing. So if I just double click, I'll be able to edit wherever. So same sort of thing as designs, where it's just a basic email editor. If I do want to replace the image here, it's a little bit different. You're probably familiar with it if you've used like Microsoft Word or any of the G Suite products. You're just going to go and insert a photo from there. So if you have one on your computer, you'll upload it from there. If you have one in Drive, you can insert it that way. It just depends on where it comes from. And oh geez, where are all mine? Marketing. That's kind of a weird circle up ahead, but we'll use that one. Actually, we are going to go. Sorry, I just added one. I'm just going to replace that. Upload from computer. There's a picture of me. And there we go. It's replaced. I'm going to get rid of this one because I just added an extra picture as opposed to changing it. So you can do that. It's the same sort of process as you would use with designs. Again, there's just different templates you can use. So then I can go to File, Download. Oops. I don't want to download, and then I decide what sort of file do I want to save it as. So again, we don't want PDF. We want either JPEG or PNG. Either one of those will work. I'm just going to go with the JPEG again. And you'll see that automatically downloaded. Again, it downloaded to my computer. So those are the first two free options. I guess with the exception of if you do want Scott Leroy Marketing to go in and actually make links clickable within an image for you, that costs a bit of money. which they might say actually on there. If they say that on here. We visit this site. Stop sending boring emails. Tell me more. Yeah, they're not going to give us a price off the bat without us entering all of our information. So I'm not going to do that right now. Questions about those two options? Okay. So our third option then, I'm going to go back to casting my tab before. Here we go. Our third option is going to be a website called Fiverr. And honestly, I'm a little surprised more people don't know about this website. I love it. I bought stock in it during the pandemic just because I thought it made a lot of sense. It's basically just a place for, well, it says right here, find the perfect freelance services for your business. So anyone in the world can create an account with Fiverr, and they can charge whatever price for whatever you need done, mostly digitally. So you'll see here, website design, WordPress, logo design, NFT, non-fungible token art, the new one. But I'm going to type in here, email signature. There's some tabs here. And now you'll look, it's like any place you shop online, like Amazon or whatever, where you have different filters that you can add in. So what is the category, service options, seller details, budget, delivery time. And then we have these little things that we can toggle as well. And if you hover over them, they give you a little bit more of a description. Versus local sellers online. A lot of the people I've worked with have been in Pakistan specifically. I'm not sure why, but I've had some good work done by good people. So you can see here, if you just look at these, it'll give you kind of a little preview. They all start with I will. There's a prompt that they have to fill in about what they're going to do. How many people have rated it and what they've rated it. You can heart it to save it to your favorites list. And then what does it start at? So in this little yellowish box, we have buyers keep returning. These sellers have an exceptional number of repeat buyers. Obviously, people like them. And they're starting at 10, 10, 15, 20. And then you can just go down here. There's some $5 ones that you might find. This guy has 5 stars, 36 people, which obviously isn't as much as 1,000, but I would just kind of go through here and see their prices and their delivery time. And if you like the look of their things. This one, I see a realtor, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. My eyes are kind of drawn to that. And then this just keeps casting. Won't let me when I open a new tab. There you go. So it says, I will do clickable business HTML signature design with logo. So if you want to do an actual, like, hey, you can click on this for their website or on for their email and this for their website and have those links actually be clickable within your signature, this might be the route that you want to go. For that Scott Leroy marketing one, but again, you'd have to enter your information to find out more about that. So here's what you get. You get the HTML code file, which will actually be what you load in. You like copy and paste it into your signature at the end, and it will show up as an image with clickable links. 100% clickable signature, clickable social icons. So you have like little Facebook, little Instagram, and they can click on those and go to those sites. So yeah, I would just look around with these. You just click continue. You can talk back and forth with them before you decide if that's something that you want to do. I'm not going to go through with this right now, just for the purposes of this presentation, but I just wanted to mention that as a resource. I have had a lot of success with this website. Okay, so now let's get back to your actual, you can have some fun playing around with those and figuring out what exactly it is you want to do with your signature. But I'm going to go ahead and into how do we add this in. So if you're in your Gmail, so this is for Gmail specifically, since our KW accounts are Gmail based. We're going to go up here to settings. And then if you scroll to the bottom, oh, it's not scrolling at the bottom. It's the see all settings at the top. Click on that. And then, oh, where is this? It's been a minute since I changed my signature. Okay, so it's under general. you just scroll down and it's going to be under signature. So if you have one already, it's going to show up right here. And you can see this is actually an image that I used that I need to update. I did a template through SLM like 2.5 years ago, and that's when I put that there. So if I wanted to change this, you can see I have different size options. Well, you know what, I'm just gonna remove it and kind of start from scratch because you might not have it in your signature already. So this is, again, just like a typical Word editor or email editor. You see at the bottom, I have all of my different tools for that. If I wanted to just have a normal text-based one, I can absolutely do that. Here, I should probably put filter, but whatever you want there. So if you just wanted text only and no image, that's fine too. You just type what you want in there, and you can, maybe I want to bold my name, or maybe I want this to be a different font. I have some options there. Maybe I want to put website and highlight that and make it a link. I can do that, and now it says go to link heatherhuberhomes.com. So I can do that absolutely if I want to, but if I want to put in that image, I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to click on these little mountains here. This is defaulting to my drive. So if you had something saved to your drive, like when we went through the Scott Leroy marketing, it was prompting you to have the ability to just save it to your drive. You could find that in here, but if you've downloaded it, like I did those first two examples, you're going to click on this upload button. You can drag a file here. If you still had it hanging out down here at the bottom of your screen, you could just drag that in, but I don't. So I click select the file from my device. And then for me, they all automatically went to downloads. So there's my Scott Leroy one. There's my command one. I'm going to put that one in there. Open. And there it is. So if I don't like the size of this, I'm going to click on it. And you'll see I have a couple of little links that pop up down here. The original size, I can make that small. It's way too small. I don't want that. Medium or large. It looks like the original size is actually larger than the large. I might stick with that original size because I think Keller Williams knows what they're doing as far as making that an appropriate size for an email. Was there a question there? No, maybe just talking in the background. Okay, so I've got that. I am good to go. I'm going to save this, so I won't be sending any emails for a minute with my blank thing here. Signature default. This is my default. That's all fine. Great. Now, if I go to the bottom here, oh, that's my out of office. I go to the bottom here and click Save Changes. Okay, now I go ahead and compose an email. And you see that that is there instead because I just changed it. Okay, so what questions do you have? No questions? Pretty straightforward, but I think it's just something you should know how to do, you know, so you're not having to type your name at the end of every email. And sometimes I think an image can look a little more professional too. Personally, it's been on my to-do list to go ahead and contact Fiverr and get one of the ones with the clickable links, because I would like to put little, you know, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all that stuff at the bottom as well. So I think I'm going to do that at some point, but you know, there's only so many hours in a day. So any questions before I go, or should we leave it there?
Good, Heather. Thank you.
You're welcome.